This is my linguine with clams, a simple pasta done in under 30 minutes. People are afraid of seafood. You're afraid of seafood. Maybe you're not, maybe that's why you're here. But linguine with clams is not hard to make. Guarantee cooking any seafood is easier than cooking any steak. And maybe for me, it's just that I've been cooking seafood for so long that it just feels a lot easier than cooking a steak. But for me, cooking a steak is like you got one shot at this. You either nail it or you got a fucked up steak. Anyways, today we're gonna make linguine with clams. We're gonna make it really easy. This is a 30-minute dish, in and out. Any more than that and you screwed something up somewhere along the way. Whenever I'm making linguine with clams, I always go with little neck clams. I like the nice tiny ones. I want little clams in there. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they don't want to be eating what's in the pan. I buy them farm raised from the supermarket. You can get them wild caught. The reason I go with farm raised, and a lot of people might disagree with this, it's because they are so much cleaner in terms of sand and grit. When you get a wild caught clam, that little guy has been sucking on sand. They are literally digging them out of the sand to get them. Whereas these little necks that are farmed are a lot cleaner. They purge them ahead of time. It's just a lot more simple to use these to make the recipe where you are guaranteed not to end up with like a mouthful of sand while you're eating it. What we're gonna do first, we're gonna check the clams. What you wanna look for in a clam is you check the complete edge. You wanna make sure these guys are completely closed all around. You don't want any cracks and you don't want them to be open. If they are, just toss them. Don't play any games. I don't like to mess around when it comes to seafood. For example, this guy has a little crack on the edge right here. Oh, okay, this one right here. So like you can see this clam is open right now. And usually what I do to check to see if they're okay is I just tap them and see if they close up, and you can watch. See? He's totally fine. So when they're open like that, if you just tap them, you can see if they're still alive just by checking that way. So let's go wash the clams. We're gonna rinse them off, scrub all that salt off of them. So you're gonna grab a colander, take each clam, you're gonna use your fingers under cold water, just scrub it, get all that salt off of it, all that sand off of it, place it into the colander, move on to the next one. And then what I do is once they're all cleaned, I put them back into a bowl. I fill the bowl with cold water, and I'm just gonna let them sit like this for about 15 minutes while we're prepping the rest of the ingredients. Once the rest of the ingredients are prepped, I will rinse these back off and we'll go ahead and cook. When I'm cooking linguine with clams, I like to keep the parsley stems to help season the olive oil. So we're gonna peel all the parsley off of the stems, chop it all up, and then we will save the stems to saute with the garlic. We're gonna chop up our parsley and our garlic here. I go in with the olive oil after the pan is hot, so we're just gonna go in with a little bit of olive oil. I say a little bit of olive oil. We're gonna do a lot of olive oil. It's gonna be like 3 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna let the olive oil heat up until it shimmers. Wait, also, I made this cake today, caprese torta. I got it on Instagram, go check it out. We got this on a medium-low heat. We wanna do the garlic nice and slow so it doesn't burn. We got it minced over here. Then you're gonna grab like your thickest parsley stems, ones that'll be easy to fish out. Throw that in with the garlic. And we're just gonna toss this all around while it simmers. I want a little bit of heat in my linguine with clams. If I'm cooking it for the kids, I leave this out, but I'm gonna go in with a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. And we're just gonna saute this all together. Dude, my wife would kill me if she saw that I wasn't wearing an apron right now. Guaranteed I'm getting oil on this shirt today. One of the other things is when I make linguine with clams at home for my family, I always add a can of this. This is a can of whole shelled baby clams. I just want my meals at home to be hearty, and adding a can of clams makes them a lot more hearty than just having the fresh clams. Or I'll add a can of the chopped clams in the white wine sauce. People hate on me for it, but I'm here to feed my family, not to feed Joe Schmo's fucking Michelin star chef. So we pull these out. Garlic is just starting to brown a little bit. After I saute the garlic, lemon juice. It's about 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I go in with the white wine. We're gonna bring this to a simmer. Once this wine starts to simmer, the fragrant smell from this dish really starts to come out, and we're gonna add our clams in. If you have so much liquid in there that these are underwater, it's too much. So we're gonna go in with our clams here. I like to be gentle with the little guys. I don't know why. You know, we're about to boil them, steam them alive. Figure at least I'm not gonna drop them in like they're a bunch of jerk-offs. We're gonna cover it, let them steam for about 3 to 5 minutes. They'll be ready to go. All right, in the meantime, we're gonna salt our pasta water. Go in with our linguine. And really, I just want you to take a look at this. We're bringing them to a simmer here. We're not opening yet, but we should cover them back up so they can steam. But we're steaming the clams. You can see some of them are starting to open here. Once they open, we want to take them out. So just use your spider strainer. Set them on the side for a moment. I try to take them out as soon as they open and close it back up for the rest of them. You don't want them to overcook. They can become really tough and rubbery. I'm looking at this clam here. You can see it right here. The shell is broken. Something's up. I'm not fucking playing with clams. So I just put that one right to the side. We don't play games when it comes to clam. What I do now is I continue to let this to simmer. Surprisingly enough, there's not coffee in this mug. And yes, I am the best dad. There is pasta water in here, so we're gonna put a little bit of pasta water into the sauce. We're gonna throw our pasta right in. It's very al dente right now, so it's gonna soak up some of that water, finish cooking in the sauce. You can see it looks like it's almost a soup in there. That's normal. We're gonna hit it with a little parsley. We're gonna hit it with some fresh lemon zest. Let it simmer for a few minutes until the sauce thickens. What I like in my linguine with clams is I like a nice saucy sauce, because the best thing about seafood dishes is dipping the bread into the sauce. So this is how I keep it, like almost too saucy. And now we're gonna toss the clams back in. You wanna remove the clams from their shells. I just go in there with a little fork, remove it from the mussel, scoop it in. I'm gonna save the clams shells because I like to serve them with the clam shells. So we're just gonna toss this up. That's linguine with clams. There it is, right on the shirt. A little fresh parse. You might want to go in with cheese. Don't. This dish would never be served with cheese. There's no reason to put cheese in here. It's not just like the Italian, do Italian things. It's like definitely not a dish for cheese. Like I'll take 2-3 shells. I'll grab a clam and I'll just pop it right back into its shell. You really can't beat a dish like linguine with clams. We serve this every Christmas Eve. It is guaranteed to be on the table. It's just an easy dish for my family too, because the kids really don't notice the clams. I have the full recipe for linguine with clams on my website, alwaysfromscratch.com right here. You should also check out our Instagram. It's at VindelJudas. I share recipes there every day, although these long form videos where I really go in depth are every Wednesday, and they're here exclusively. So please like, comment, subscribe, stay with us here so that you can see more dishes like this. If you want me to tell you more about like 7 fishes, how we do Christmas Eve, I could definitely go more in depth about that. Let me know down below in the comments what fish or seafood you want to see for Christmas Eve this year, because linguine with clams is definitely one of my favorites. Always has been. Minka.
Always from scratch. Do 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 do.